Hey guys, welcome back to another 2016 Somerset LEGO Star Wars review. Guys, we have Captain Rex's ATTE. It's number 75157. It's ages 9 to 14 and has 972 pieces. The set retails for $120, so it's a little on the pricey side. This is based off Star Wars Rebels Season 2. It's at the kind of near beginning. Actually, it's like one of the second episode of Star Wars Rebels Season 2, I believe. Actually, one of my favorite episodes yet in that show. It's still working its way to be really good in my heart, I guess. But this is definitely one of the standout episodes from that season for me, because I like the callback to the Clone Wars TV show, which I was a big fan of. Which I know a lot of you, well, not a lot of you, but some of you out there weren't a big fan of the Clone Wars TV show, and that's fine. But if you really dedicate your time on Netflix nowadays and watch that show, it's pretty good, honestly. Just my personal opinion about that. Now this is I believe this is the biggest set of this wave, in terms of piece count at least. So that sucks. Why couldn't you put cardboard in this Lego? Seriously. It's going to be a pain. There's a good amount of stickers in this set. Alright, what we got here? What are we dealing with? It looks to be 8 bags. Yeah, this is definitely one of the bigger sets. This is the biggest I've built so far in this wave. This crease is just going to annoy me. I know it is. Alright, well, this is going to be an exciting review. A lot of people there's been, just like the Clone Turbo Tank, there's been a lot of discussion about this set too, because it's obviously a copy of the last ATT, which came out in 2013 from LEGO, and that one was based off Star Wars Episode 2. This one is obviously based off Star Wars Rebels. They used the same type of concept design, and I do have the 2013 ATT, but it's there's some parts missing from it because I'm working on a mock and I kind of needed the parts and I didn't want to go online and order the parts, so I kind of took the parts from the ATTE. So it's a little messed up right now. So maybe I'll show it, maybe I won't, considering how weird it looks at the moment. But we'll see at the end of the video. Let's go ahead and build this ATTE right now, okay? Let's build this one. And then we'll see if I put that other ATT on here, alright? Does that sound fair enough to you guys? Alright, let's build this right now. Alright guys, so taking a look at Captain Rex's ATTE walker. So this is certainly just an interesting looking vehicle, honestly. There's no words to really describe this thing because it's the junkyard meets the Star Wars universe meets some type of pop artist. I don't know. It's certainly just out there, that's for sure. So, you know, it's just a neat design. Now, there is some cons, actually, to this set. LEGO kind of skipped around on doing some designs on this. But first, before we get to that, let's get to the minifigures. First up, Captain Rex himself. So here he is. He's got the beard and torso. I don't like the fact there's no leg printing. Or arm printing. It's just, you know, the torso printing. I feel like they could have done more with this figure because it's relatively simple and you don't get a helmet either. So yeah, and this is Gregor right here. Goes a little crazy in the Star Wars Rebel episode, and then we have Wolf. Next we have a Stormtrooper from Star Wars Rebels. Nothing different about him. And then we have another Inquisitor, and this is the 5th brother. So he's actually pretty cool looking. Spoiler alert, turn off the video or skip a couple seconds. He dies. So yeah. Now he has that cool looking lightsaber, but we're gonna go ahead and take that off so I can show you figure a little bit better. He has a little clip on the back so you can clip the actual, like, obviously take the blades off, but you can clip that, the hilt on his backpack basically is what that is. And then if you take his helmet off, he has a double-sided face. And if we take his head off, there's a little more detail I'm going to show you underneath his underneath this piece right here. So there you go. That is the 5th brother. Looks pretty cool. I like his helmet. Actually looks kind of cool. It's very unique looking, that's for sure. So yeah, I like him, even though he kind of dies. So yeah. Alright, so that is the minifigures. There are a pretty decent amount of minifigures. Again, I wish the Clone Troopers had more detail to them. Alright, on to the set itself. Boy, does this thing look interesting. Alright, this is just straight up interesting looking. It's kind of cool, actually. I like it. It's like steampunk meets Star Wars, I guess you could say, but Star Wars itself is kind of steampunk-ish. So that's kind of neat. Now on the front here, you have this little crystal. I can't remember it. I think this is like the food source for getting that like monster thing to come out of the ground. It might not be that. It might be something else. But you have these little lanterns off the side. These things can move. You have the turrets right here. There's no bottom turrets though. It's just these two right here. And then obviously you have the main turrets that also double as like a spear to strike the worm type of thing that comes out of the ground. Whatever Gregor screams out. The ladders here move up and down on both sides. And if you turn it around, these cranes also move, and you can flip it whatever way you want to. So that's kind of neat. I like that. Same goes with this side. You can have a little wrecking ball going on in here. Now what's in these crates is in this one, there's just grenades. And then the other one, blaster pistol. And then on the back you'll see here, just like from the Star Wars Rebels scene, you have the back door, the ladder comes down, just like that, and you can climb up. Now putting these down temporarily, the door will open actually. It's got a little passcode printed piece right here. That'll open up and then you can go inside actually. So that is kind of neat. And then you also have some lanterns here. This right here is the exhaust. It comes out of that. So that's kind of neat as well. You have the landing pad up here. These are stickers, a lot of stickers to this set. Right here is the hook so you can hold this thing, little handle. Pretty well built. And what's nice is this whole top piece actually comes off, so you can take all that off and put that off to the side, and we'll take a look on the inside here. So actually what I want to do is I'm going to open up, well, these things are a little stuck because of these things right here, so I'll just have to show you a little different way. In there you'll see, there we go, there is a control panel right there with the worm, and then there's a printed piece right there and a little mug, and you got some gates on both sides. And then you'll also see there's some hooks on both sides for the blasters, and then on this side there's a wrench and binoculars. So that's what that looks like, and then we can close the door. I like how they did that. It looks good, and then you can take the ladder back up like so. Just showing you guys some in-depth look here, and taking a look at the turret up here. This thing spins pretty much 360 degrees, and if you turn this, which it doesn't turn, if you took this off, it'll spin 160, or not 100, 360 degrees. This canopy right here moves. You got this little printed tile brick right there. This is new, and then there's stickers on this side and right there. And then there's a flick missile that just hit the camera. I really don't like these flick missiles because they just are very spontaneous sometimes. Can be very annoying. And just like the back part, this also comes off. And what is to be revealed right here? Well, it's just extra flick missiles, which honestly really isn't that interesting. So it's not really even a point of that taking off. But when you do take both of the things off, it does kind of resemble a regular ATTE again for the most part. So yeah. Back up to the front. This part right here opens up, and you actually have to pull these down a little bit to actually get it open. And then you can pull this out right here, and you can sit. I think Gregor was driving, if I remember it correctly. Got another control panel. So that's what that looks like. And again, this just slides right in there like that. You can fit a figure in there. And yeah. And these things just snap right back on pretty securely. Put the ladders back down. And the same goes with this right here. It just goes right on like that. Pretty secure. And there you go, guys. That's the ATTE. There's really not too much to it. There's not a boatload of features. It's really just the whole look. So yeah. Something I do want to note is the walkway goes around the whole ATTE and the actual Star Wars Rebel show, as it doesn't here, so that kind of irritates me. It's just a little that they didn't make the extra effort to go across, considering this is a $120 set. It's only 970 pieces, so would have really killed them to use like another 50 pieces for both sides to do that? Probably not. So I just thought I note that in. So yeah, this thing's very unique looking, that's for sure. It's just unique looking. I'll let my final thoughts be made pretty much right now. Alright guys, so Captain Rex's ATTE. So after taking an in-depth look, you'll see that there's some pretty cool features, but you know, at the same time, I don't know exactly what you'll use this for in terms of mock making. I don't know, it's just an interesting, weird Star Wars set. I don't know, we usually don't get a weird type of Star Wars set. So this is out there for sure, but the vehicle itself in the Star Wars Rebels episode is pretty out there too. So, you know, being fair, you know, it is a weird vehicle in general. I do like, you know, the cranes, stuff like that, like the cannon. I just like the whole look of it. Now, the downside to this set is I don't like how they kind of skipped around on the actual design of this vehicle. They have the ramp where you can walk around the front right here, but on the show, you can rock around the whole thing to go to the back. So, I mean, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. So I don't like the fact that they skipped around on that. And they even have little things right here to show, oh, there is things on the side. So, I don't know. I wish they kind of did that. Now, the price is $120 for this, and that's pretty pricey, honestly. You know, there's also the benefit that you're able to put the, what is it called? It's not the Phantom. Is it the Phantom? I think it's the Phantom. You can put that right here. So that's cool, just like in the episode. The minifigures are good, but I wish they were better. I wish they had arm printing. I wish they had, you know, leg printing on top of them. On top of that, so, you know, it's missing that factor. And again, $120. Now, it's cool that we get the I think, what is this, the 8th brother or something from the Sith Inquisitor or something like that. It's cool we get him, but spoiler alert, he dies. So it's kind of a little late to get this guy as a Lego minifigure now. So I kind of wish we were given a different villain in this set. So yeah. The set itself, I like it. I do like it. It's definitely something, it's like a one-time purchase. I really doubt somebody will buy a second one of this. But it's still cool. And then also, I wish, I'm going to bring over my, my ACTE back here. Now, like I said, keep in mind, I took some pieces off of this, okay? I took some pieces off of it. So you'll notice it's a little weird looking, okay? But I just want to show the difference here. So in terms of size, they're about pretty much the same. This one, let's see here. This one's a tad bit smaller in the factor that the back has been kind of shortened because of this, this whole like back door area right here versus this, you know, having the turret and all that going on. So I understand why they did that. That's fine. So yeah, it's similar, but at the same time very different. So quite interesting. Again, mind the fact that I took some pieces off this. Now this retailed, I believe, for 120. No, I think this was $90 or something like that. I think it was $90. If that's the case, then man, I think that one did retail for $90 back in 2013. Yeah, okay, if that's the case, I need to double check on that, but you guys, if I'm right about that, then please wait. Don't buy this for $120 if that's the case. Now it does have 972 pieces, so you're almost about 1,000 pieces, but even so, this set, I wouldn't pay over $110 for this set. $120 is a little too much for considering the minifigures. Yes, you get 3 exclusive minifigures, actually 4. But the clone troopers could have used some more detailing, I think. Especially for a guy who makes Lego clone troopers, you know, my whole minifig for you thing, if you guys want to check that out, link below. I know what it goes into designing these Lego minifigures, and seeing the actual minifigure, like collectible minifigures, like the Disney ones and the regular ones. Lego can do side arm printing and all this fancy leg printing now, and it's fairly cheap for them to do it now. So there's no excuse why these guys are so kind of bland. I don't like that factor. And then the set itself is good, but it's lacking some features that the ACTE itself in the show has. So those are the cons about it. The pros is it does look pretty interesting. It's certainly an interesting looking ACT, that's for sure. Whether you use it for anything, that's up to you. But I can't even think of a mock really to make other than recreating that episode of Star Wars Rebels. But other than that, there's not really much to use this thing for. So there's that factor too. You can't really, you know, with a lot of other sets from this wave, like the X-Wing or the Turbo Tank, you can use those obviously in your own mocks. This, on the other hand, you really can't. So that's another reason why I highly recommend that you wait on buying this until the price dips, because there's no reason to rush out and get this right away. I think this is a good set to wait on. I know it'll drop in price in a couple months, and I think it's something you can really wait on. Do I suggest you get it at some point? Yeah. I mean, even though the figures, especially the clones, are a little lacking in detail there, the set is still fun. I still like it overall. And I do recommend you pick it up at some point. Keyword at some point. I think you should wait for the price to drop on Amazon or Target, Walmart, whatever, and then pick it up for like 100, maybe 90, something like that. Okay, I don't think you should pay full $120 retail price for this set. Alright guys, so there's actually another set after this. This is the conclusion of the regular wave of 2016 summer set. There's one more. It's Ahsoka's like frigate thing. It's another set based off Star Wars Rebels. When that comes out in a few weeks, I'll review that, and that'll be the last one. So if you want to check out that review, be sure you hit the subscribe button down on the channel. That'll be it, guys. I hope I gave you some good opinions about this set. Again, I think you should wait on it if you are a giant fan of that episode or a giant Captain Rex fan or whatever, and you just can't wait. I still think you're going to get a quality set, but I still think you should wait because this set's a little overpriced and it's lacking in some areas. So please keep that in mind when purchasing the set if you're not getting a deal on it, like a sale price. That's what I want to leave this on. That's what I want to leave this off on, guys. So I hope you guys have a great and wonderful day. Bye-bye.